Hello. Okay, so this is a match that the team I was on lost. Yeah, I'm gonna post a match that we lost. It's always worthwhile. Get tempted to do it once in a while. Gotta do it once in a while because I do say once in a while that sometimes when you're losing, it motivates you to play harder. And I don't know if there's any truth to that or not, but it sure feels that way sometimes. And I guess I've thought about that a lot. I mean, it is interesting to me. I mean, obviously I play this game a lot, more than most people play most games. Although, everybody has their favorites, but, I do play this game a lot. And probably the reason I like it is because it is fun to play even when you're losing. Quite often. Not always, but usually. Quite often. I mean, yeah, I have to admit, I do get very into this. It helps if you feel like there's a chance you could win. I mean, if you're just with a team that's so abysmal that you know from the start there's no chance to win this thing, that does kind of suck the fun right out of it. But this is an example of a game where through most of the game I'm thinking, yeah, this team sucks ass. Yeah, we're probably going to lose this, but, we can do it. I mean, we just got to make a good play in here somewhere. And yeah, and we do get sort of close to it once in a while, and we did drag this out to overtime. And at this point, I did kind of feel like, yeah, we have a chance, but ultimately it's going to come down to, it's tempting to say that there's a certain player or two on our team who are just dragging us down. But, that's a really negative attitude to have. That's a terrible thing to say about anybody. Here at this point, this is kind of disappointing where I'm not really happy with how this worked out, but I did want to defend, but that bender there really is better for that, and the orb was there, and he's urging me to take the orb forward and try to run it. And I guess I didn't do too bad here, but there's nobody here to run it but me. This is a fairly small match. There's only about 4 people on each one, and I don't have jump boots, so I don't want to go that way. I am going to manage to take this guy out, so at that point I do feel pretty good, but I still have to make it around this corner. Got fairly close, but there was a paladin in there, so yeah. And again, I am going to make another attempt at it. Probably would have been just as well to let somebody else try, but I felt like, I got pretty close, and if we can just nail down the prime, we could actually win this, What the heck? And it doesn't look too bad. Laser of Fury was probably about one of the better players on the team, but no. Zardoz, who I did not think was that good, comes in and just nails me with the flat cannon or something, I don't know. So anyway, that's the end of that attempt. Our orb is sitting over there by Prime, and I'm not going to run over there and try to get it. That Paladin's standing guard over there, and I'm just going to get out of his way. Reduced to defending center here as best I can. What's really going to kill us here is that we're not controlling the tank node. I don't really feel like the tank is that important to use often. But if you're going to ignore the tank node, as we are throughout this match more or less, if you're going to ignore the tank node, you do have to make sure that you make a point of killing the tank. And you don't have to take the tank node or control the tank, but you do have to do one of two things. Either control that tank node and get the tank, or make sure you kill the tank when it comes around. And we didn't do either of those things, and that was a big part of why we lost, I think. So I see shit going south here, and I'm starting to think defensively. I'm thinking, well, I might need to take this guy in to defend the prime with, but Yeah, center's back up again. I mean, we're not entirely helpless here. Now, there's killing the tank. I mean, it was down to nothing when I got there, but... And there's a very, very good save. The Redeemer is another thing you really want to try to control as much as possible. And we did get it once or twice, but again, it was something we could have controlled more. And this is just me trying very hard to hold center. And there's Red planting the mine, and I see the mine there, so... And so does that other player, so we're being very careful to stay away from it. And if I can stay alive long enough, I can probably keep the red ore from coming in there, but I've abandoned the bender, and it did go down the second after I got out of it. It was good. Got a lucky kill there on the incoming, but you see, we're fighting like hell just to hold center, so you can see which way the wind is blowing here. And of course, red has the tank node, which means there's another red tank coming. Well, I'm as guilty as the rest of them. I didn't go after the tank node either, but I kind of felt like I couldn't afford to. I felt like I had everything that I could do here just to try to hold the line. You know, try to defend center while we attempt to take the enemy prime. Somebody just made an attempt to run our orb over there, but it obviously didn't get there. At this point, okay, yeah, we're taking the tank node, which is a good thing, but we're not going to hold it for long enough. And red already has the tank anyway. I've unfortunately run into a wall. I've got to ditch that bender, which I hate to do, and then got nailed by the tank anyway. And of course, as soon as I left the area, they took center, So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't call that a great example of holding the tank node, of controlling the tank node. It doesn't do a whole lot of good to take the tank node when the red tank is already halfway to the center, and there's nobody defending center but one poor schmuck in the hellbender.
Attack the center node.
I've got the ore.
Well, okay, so take out the paladin. That tank is still lurking around back there. I'm going to hide behind this wreckage while I try to take a few points off that center node, but this is obviously a losing fight. That blue orb comes cruising around the corner into certain death, and we lose our prime. Of course, and it's really important to lay fire on the prime so that red can't spawn behind us. We're just going to take it down really quick, not losing any points off the core, fortunately. Got to build it back up quickly before they get their orb back in here. And we can try to take it back up from scratch here. Also, I'd say another thing that hurt us bad here was well, I hate to be critical of the players on our team, you know. They're all fine people, I'm sure. I mean, I'm sure they all have dogs and, you know, love their children and so on. But, yeah, I'll say that, you know, a common factor I see in a lot of the newer players is that they don't really have a good sense. Oh, look at that. I just recovered the nuke. Isn't that wonderful? You see, that's the kind of thing you don't see every day. And here I'm dreaming that I'm going to get a chance to use it on center. But no, that's not a good idea. There's a tank right in front of me. I'm not going that way. And now I'm figuring more realistically, I'm probably going to end up using this nuke on our own prime. Most likely. And that is the way it's going to work out. There goes the red orb. He's trying to take out this stolen scorpion. And I'm just going to use the nuke on our own prime before he takes me out. And, yeah.
Grab your orb.
So yeah, you can see at this point that it really is kind of a lost cause, but it is still 100 to 100, and having enough success to think that, yeah, you know, with a few good plays, yeah, we could pull this out.
Attack
maybe.
the center node.
Maybe.
Grab your orb.
And miraculously, the red orb
Attack
does
the
not
center node.
does not cap there. We just took out the camper waiting for the nuke there. Got someone standing guard over the red orb. That's not a real trustworthy situation, but
Grab your redeemer.
and I didn't last long trying to make use of it either.
I have the orb.
But somehow, miraculously, in the meantime, someone has knocked center out, and now we've got the nuke. So yeah, there is at least one other good player out here. Yeah, besides myself, of course. Yeah, because you know I'm a good player, right? But yeah, there is somebody on our team who's managed to cap center with a bit of regularity.
Shape charge.
So that's a reason to hope. And I am going to manage to take this tank out as well. I'm being a little cautious here. I see him lurking around over there, but I figure he's probably pointing the other way, which he is. So yeah, red is, so now the tank is down, so that's another good reason to feel good about what's going on here. And I'm actually managing to take a few points off that center node as well. Not quite taking it down. I'm going to take advantage of a few moments of death there to let the rest of the team know that the red tank is down, so they can feel free to attack center whenever they think they've got a chance at it. I'm going to duck in here for a minute because it looks to me like our prime's about to go out. But no, it's not quite dead yet. There's people working on it.
Grab the shape charge.
There is somebody working on center though too, and it's just gone down. So yeah, you can see, you know, there's a little bit of teamwork going on here. Not many people on this team to begin with, and they're not all entirely there, but there's at least one or two that are making an effort.
Grab the redeemer.
I know I like to be defensive. I like to hold the, I like to try to hold the nodes that we've got so that somebody else can go forward and attack the one ahead. That's just the way I am, I guess, but, oh, and that's a really bad situation. Nuke takes out center and I'm staring straight at a tank. Nah, you don't want to see that. And this isn't really good either, but I am going to get that. No, I didn't get him. I hate wasting a scorpion like that.
Attack the tank node.
But we are at least, we are at least holding them off. I mean, let's see if we can take center again. We might. Red, of course, has tank again. And yeah, we did make one or two attempts to get hold of the tank node. Unfortunately, even when we did get the tank node, it tended to be when they already had the tank and they were driving it forward to take the next node. And there's Samata, and I believe he's got the Berserk with that bender, and which means he can take out the other bender pretty quick. So yeah, it's looking pretty weak. We did manage to drag this out to overtime. Which is a little surprising considering how much time we spend doing stuff like this.
Grab your orb. Grab your orb.
Ultimately, I do think we were outnumbered through most of this for one thing, and yeah, we did have one or two newer players, I guess you could say, who were doing questionable things.
Attack the tank node.
You know, like, for example, oh, there's a nice save. Like, for example, running forward to attack the next node when the node behind them was not taken. You know, you can't. It's something I mention to people once in a while. You know, there's no point in going forward to attack the next objective when you don't have when you don't have the preceding objective. I mean, you're not going to hit anything. There's nothing to attack. I mean, if you think there's a decent chance,
Attack the center node.
I felt I had a chance to take that bender, or at least put some damage on him, but our paladin ran right in front of me. I hate him for that, and I flubbed this attack, so that's not good. I mean, if you think there's a chance that the objective behind you is going to be captured before you get to the next objective, yeah, that might be worthwhile. You know, that would be good timing for you to be there. Just as the objective behind you, you know, is captured, and the one in front of you is, if it goes unshielded, but you know, that's a judgment call, and if you go forward at a time, you know, full speed to attack the next objective, and the objective behind you does not get captured, well, then you're just going to waste whatever it is you went forward with. You know, you're not going to have anything to attack, and you're just going to get killed. And yeah, I saw too much of that going on. It's a judgment call, though. Well, it's not going to be too much longer now. We're down to about 3 minutes. This is going to last a little ways into overtime, but not real far. We're still holding on 100 to 100, amazingly. I mean, it was a hard-fought game. We weren't that much worse as a team than the other one was. I still think it was, you know, a difference of 1 or 2 certain players who will not be named. They know who they are. Well, maybe they don't know who they are, but I know who they are. I know who I think they are. I don't know who they think they are.
3 minutes remain.
But I don't like to talk bad about people. That's crude. That jinxes you anyway. Uh-oh. Yeah, you know, it's about this time, you know, I can see, you know, yeah, I'm working really hard here, and we're still not making it. We're probably going to lose, which, you know, maybe that's a jinx right there. I don't know. But, you know, it's an example. This is an example of why I like this game. It's because even games like this, is that you get even games like this, which is a loss, but it was still a hell of a lot of fun. I enjoyed every minute of this. Yeah, I'm not sure who that guy is in the tank, but uh-oh. Yeah, there's an orb coming in somewhere. Yeah, and I just saw him, you know.
Grab your orb.
I didn't think that tank was positioned correctly, so I didn't really get to see who was in it, but
Grab the shape charge.
I wished he was on this side. I'm going to waste that bender there to take out the other bender, or waste that scorpion to take out the bender there. Going to do a prediction shot here and take out the guy going after the orb, but then the next one's going to jump up behind me and he's going to get it. So I'm going to die before I can get him.
Grab the shape charge.
Once again, thinking defensively. At this point, the nuke is up, and I'm cursing the guy in the manta because I'm saying, "You fool! There's a nuke to your right. You should get it. I need to drive this silly thing in there and be defensive. You need to get this nuke. But I have to get it because you don't even see it. You bastard."
I have the orb.
But I had to jump out here and use this nuke on our prime when it would have been better to use it on the center, which maybe we would have had a chance to do if I'd have gone in there with this bender to take care of our prime, while you hung around somewhere with the nuke ready to take center when our prime went up. But he didn't even know the nuke was there. And it's nice of that player there to blow the scorpion suicide. But it's not helping us a whole lot. This right here is where we took, I don't know how they got us from 90 points down to 4 points in a second like that. I mean, they must have hit us with a mine and a nuke at the same time. I don't know how they did it, but they did it for sure. Maybe they cheat, I don't know. That must be it. They must be cheating. Yeah, they couldn't possibly beat us any other way. Look at this, we got a tank. But yeah, this is now overtime, or damn near overtime. This is about where we're gonna lose. I'm just hanging around here long enough for that tank to get in place. which is pretty dumb anyway, because we got 4 points and we're in overtime. What the hell does he think he's going to defend? He might as well go forward with it, even though it's hopeless. But yeah, anyway, yeah, it was a fun game all the same. You know, that's really why I like this game.
I've got the orb.
You know, it's even when you're losing like this, you still feel like it's worthwhile, you know, just to go balls out and play for what it's worth. I have a good evening.
Yeah, true about that. Right. Good game.